Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Crafts Her Way by Devin Seward. And today we're going to do something just a little bit different. We're going to be opening up what we did the other night for Friday, and I am going to go ahead and raffle off the Friday drawing for the thing. As soon as we get done, we're going to throw the little turtle that we made together in the baggie, and that one will be going out for the drawing. And so we're going to do a little bit different. We're going to make a witch tonight. And so it's going to be lots of fun. And so let's get started. First of all, we have our turtle, and I already pulled him out of there, as you can see. And this is the little turtle shaker we made when we was doing all the orange. So I'm going to set him aside, and that's our turtle. And we'll set him down here. Oh, and as far as you all, so size-wise, from the palm of my hand, whoops, let me get him here where you can see. From the palm of my hand all the way up until about right here before my fingers. And that's how big he is, long. And then, about that, as you can see, much left on the bottom of my hand. So he's a pretty good sized little turtle. And this is our Shaker Halloween turtle. And so we're going to go ahead and set him down. And then I have some blue, as you can see, some blue sparkles. They are from Crafter Square. I get them at the Dollar Tree. This is jumbo glitter. And so, they're just little glitter balls. And I'm going to throw some of them into our little turtle as soon as I get them open. Pop that out of there. There's like a plastic seal in there. So you just kind of want to pop them out. Then we can put the cap back on our glitter shaker here. So as you can see, and I'm going to take this little guy and hold him up here so we can kind of see him together. I'm just going to tap in some of that glitter. I don't want a whole lot. That's about enough. I don't like them too full, but I don't like them not too full. And so this is our little cap we made, our little mold here. It's got the little indent for the cap. And I'll show you, this is the little cap we did. And they're just small enough to fit on our little turtle shakers. And I found this little spider, bitty spider shaker, spider cap. That's the cutest little spider I've ever seen. Whoops. I'll pick him up there. His legs are kind of long, so I'm going to measure him out just a little bit. If you can see that, I just want to clip them just a tad. I'm going to grab my scissors right here. I'm just going to clip his legs just a hair. Not by much. Whoops. There's one. There's one. I don't want them real short. I want them to be just a little clip so they'll fit in there because they're long legs. There's that one. I don't want to get him too short. I want to get him just right. And there's that one. And I'm just going to flip her over. These are black jumping spiders. And excuse my voice, it's a little hoarse, guys. I have thyroids in my neck. I have nodules is what they're called. And I'm going in for surgery on November the 12th. So we will be getting those taken out. But my voice will still be hoarse for a little bit. And there's that one. There's that one. Then that one. One more here, folks. I'm just going to clip it back. I think I got to do that one just a hair more. Okay. So as you can see, I didn't cut him too much. You can still tell that he's a spider. And we're just going to stick her down in there. She is nice and fat, so I kind of just want to fold her in there. You'll be able to see her. See my spider in there? There you go. See her? Okay. Then I'm going to take some E6000, which this is it's really, really good. It works quickly, and I kind of like it. I've seen a lot of people work with it, and I started working with it over the couple of days, and it is real easy to glue stuff. So we're going to take this like this. And then we're going to go around the edge of this here. So I'm just going to go around the edge. You don't want to get anything totally on the bottom, so just go around the edge. And I just use a little stick because it's kind of easier. And so we're just going to go around the edge. And then I'll put a little drop right there on the edge. I'm going to take my turtle shell, and where I didn't get it on the one side, it's going to go down right there. And I'm just going to push it down. So I want to line it up too, Devin. Line it up. I want to push it down so my little turtle will hold that. And then if you can see, my little spider's still in there. It's kind of hard to see him through the camera, but he's in there. So once we get the glue on, because my fingers were sticky, so I'm going to take a wipe and take this little guy and just, whoops, get back on there. Oh, you cannot do that to me. Get back on there. There we go. I just want to take this. Whoops. All right, we'll do it when it's dry. And the glue will come right off of the top. There we go. We're just going to let him dry on there. And it will dry pretty quickly, and then we'll clean him off again. But you can see him in there. You just kind of got to get him out of the light. Man, hold on, guys. I'm so sorry. There we go. I didn't get him lined back up right. I darn sure don't want him bouncing all around. So I'm going to take this and wipe my fingers off. Not sure why, but there we go. That one's nice and wet. This one here must have been dry. Huh. Alrighty. And then there you have it. That one is good and done. She'll dry and we'll straighten her out. Then we did our frog, if you remember right, and we put the, we wanted it to be kind of like the texture of a frog. So we put the thing in it, but we do have a little bubble on the bottom. Not much. It'll be all right. We can sand that down. Oh, there's one. This is a whole new kind of resin, and I'm learning to work with it, but I'm not sure I like it, so I put in an order for the rest of my resin. You just kind of pull her little toes out of there. All right, nice and easy. There we go. All right, then we're going to pull this one's little toes out of there. These toes are so bendable until they're out of the mold and nice and dry. And sometimes when they first come out, you can pick them up. And there you have it, guys. Oh, a lot of extra cleanup on there. But it'll be all right. We'll get it later. So as you see, there's our little turtle. Nice and pretty, huh? I love that. She kind of looks like a little sunshine turtle, so I like to name them each time I make them. And so we will call her Sunshine Turtle. Isn't she gorgeous, guys? Absolutely gorgeous. See if I can snap a picture of it. Did it? Okay, I'll snap another one. There we go. All right. I love it. Okay. That's my grandson. He is 4 years old. His name is Austin. And his favorite little saying is, I love it. If you ask him if he wants to go somewhere, he'll say, or you give him something, I mean, and he'll say, I love it. I love it. He's got this little country accent. It's adorable. Okay, and then we made these little guys, and they were all dry now, ready to go. There's the angel. Cute as a button. Guys, these are going to be for sale. They actually have the little necklace hoop in them, so we just put the necklaces on them, and they turn out gorgeous. And I can't wait to get these on necklaces. All right, and then we have the other little angel, which we got a little bit of cleanup on the side there, but we will get that. And we have our little unicorn. Isn't he cute? My mom would have a fit if she saw that one. She just loves unicorns. And then we put a silver button in that is almost like an old rustic button, and I kind of like the way it turned out, so I put it in there. And as you can see, there's a little bubble right there beside it. But that's okay, it just gives her character. So there you have it. Then we put this little button in, which, like I said, kind of looks like a little yarn sweater, if you can see that. It's cute. And we did this one here, remember, with the flower. I thought that one was gorgeous. And we did this one here. That is gorgeous. So the 27th of September is the Burnessville yard sale, Burnessville, Indiana, and they're having their community sale. And so a lot of these will be in there. So if you live close, you're more than welcome to stop by and take a look around. You'll find me on West Street. All right. All right. Now, we're going to get busy. And we're going to move all these little guys. Oh, I almost forgot one more thing. They're little bitty butterflies. Oh, and they're still kind of tender too. But anyhow, there's two of them stuck together. If you can see that, if you remember me showing you the last time, these butterflies are no bigger than the tip of my fingernail. Just my fingernail. And they're that tiny that they're hard to hang on to. So there you have it. I like to use them on the back of my little turtles, and I'll kind of give you a show here. Kind of put one on a little froggy, anywhere. Sometimes maybe, right up here. Look like he's kind of flying with the frog. Or, they're really cute if you take them and you put them on top of your little trinkets. But now we don't want to do that to this one because we got the spider in there. I know it's real hard to see. It's just a little shaker. Anyway, we'll get it to where as soon as it gets dry, I'll give it a good clean. And I'll show you again tomorrow on that one. I don't know where that little butterfly went. So back over here. And I'll get these put away here in just a few minutes. First of all, we're going to get them moved because I'm going to need this room. So we're going to take these up. And while I do this, you guys take a break and I'll take a break and we'll be right back. All right, everybody, welcome back. I got our little turtle cleaned up in there, so I'm going to go ahead and switch the lid because for some reason, all the little teeny tiny things stuck in the, I had to get the spider down. So we're reworking on him. And as you can see, I went to the dollar store and they had these cute little pumpkin heads, which are adorable. And I think they're $1.50 because they got the little red dot on them. They all do. So they're $1.50. And then I got these little bitty boots, which are really absolutely cute. And so they're decorated on both sides. And there's 2 of those. Then I got the little witch hat. And she's decorated on both sides. Oh, my boots are falling over. Then I got this little bitty frog that we made. And then I got this little bitty belt buckle here that I'm going to put on it. And then I got some purple yarn. And then here I got our jar, which has all of our names in it, subscribers for now. Since we just started, that's not actually too bad. At least I'm getting there. And then we have a black plate. Okay. And so we're just going to get started. So first of all, we're going to take these boots because the bottom of these boots don't stand up. So I'm going to take this little piece here that we got from the red dot, you know, whatever. We're kind of going to measure the boot. So let me. All right. So anyway, I'm going to do this side of the boot. If I can get her to just stand up there so you can see. Then I'm going to cut this circle out. I'm going to go a tad bit more around it. Kind of want to make it almost oval. And I don't want no corners like that on it. We're going to put it on the bottom here so she'll actually stand up. But I'm going to take the, flip this part of it straight across. So I kind of get like the little horseshoe effect, you know, like that. So I'm going to take some of my E6000. I'm just going to take and put some on the stick here. I kind of like doing it this way because I can kind of spread it around just a little bit easier. I get just a tad bit more on there. Yep. Just kind of spread it. That should do it. And we're going to take this little shoe and I'm going to place it right on top. And just hold it down for a minute. And I'll set that one right there and let her dry. And we'll get the other one. I'm going to go back to my dot one here because that way I know how to get a hold of it. So we're just going to go around that dot there, and then we're just going to make it a little bigger, if you remember right. We're going to curve off them corners because we don't want no corners on it. We're going to set it down like that, and then we'll cut this end off. And I'll curve this just a tad more. And it'll sit right on there. So I'm going to clip it across. There we go. And she'll sit right up there. Nice and neat. I'm just going to take this stick again. Just add some E6000 to it. I'm going to move you. Then we're just going to go around it again. I just kind of make sure I get it on there. It's a little tacky, so you really don't want to get it on your fingers. And then just a tad bit more. I'm just going to pull it around. Okay. Then I'm going to tack this on there. Just like that. And then hold it down a minute. All right. I'm going to put that piece over there to dry. And while they're drying, I'm going to take our goodie jar. Move him back. Move her back. And this is a really big jar. It's a graham cracker cookie jar. I buy them for my doggies for their treats. Let me set that back there for a minute until I can get a hold of it here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take some of this. It's purple, eco-friendly paint. And I'm just going to squeeze it in my cup here. Just like that. Okay. Might need a little bit more than that. I'll get me one of these. I'm going to use the end of my brush. Just stir this up in here because I want to make sure that there's no oil or anything down in there. You don't want no loose oils or anything like that. And just go around and brush it off. Could have used a popsicle stick, but this works too. Then I just take my towel, just dry it off. Oh, it comes right off. I love these wipes. Wipes are so easy just to get things off of all the things you decorate, you know. Whoops. And it snaps apart, so you know. I used to keep a little bitty screwdriver in there, but I don't know more. Okay. Put that down there. All right. And give me 1 minute here, and we'll get this over here. I'm trying to get where everybody can kind of see it because it's so big, so I'm going to lay it down. If you can see, there's a ridge here at the top. So I'm going to paint all the way around that ridge. And I think I'll use that same brush because it's kind of very, very good. Let's see if I can sit her up here where everybody can kind of see my paint. And I'm just going to dip my brush in that paint. Nice and smooth. I'm just going to paint it. Nice and easy on that line. It doesn't have to be real dark, but it needs to be coated a couple times. You could actually take a piece of sandpaper and kind of sand the edges a little, you know, sand the jar, and then it would be 10 times easier to paint. But see, that's what you don't want to do. You don't want to get off of the line. So I'm going to go back around it like that, and that way I can make sure that I get to stay on the line. So we're just going to keep coating it. First of all, I'm going to go all the way back here. And the same on this one. All right, we're going to get that ridge. If you can see. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to do it all the way around. So let me get that finished and I'll be right back. Okay. And we got all that painted all completely around, and we're just going to let that part dry overnight. and then we'll come back and we'll finish the rest. But we're going to go ahead and start. So I want to get the pumpkin head on top because that is going to be the top of my jar. You cannot see that. Okay. Hold on. All right. So if you can see, that is my pumpkin. And I want to get her on top of the jar lid. This jar is like so tall, and my stand here is not very tall. So I kind of want to just get it where you guys can see. Get this back sturdy. Oops. Keep everything up here. Now I can kind of tilt it some more, so you can kind of see that. This is not going to work. But anyhow, you give me a few minutes here, and I'll get that going. I apologize. Okay, so what I'm going to do is put it on and tilt it sideways. So I'm going to take the pumpkin head, and I'm going to put her down here so you can kind of see what I'm doing. I'm going to take my stick, get a hold of it again, put some of the EV6000 on there. Just drop some on there. And we're going to go around this little ridge here, right here. And kind of heavy, so maybe we want to get it on there just a little thicker. So we're going to start right where we left off and kind of shred it in there. And then we'll add some more. And we'll add some more here. And we'll get a hold of this up here. We're going to add some more here. Then we're going to take this. And you know, you could put a light in this too, and it would be really, really cute. I think I might have one. Give me a few minutes and I'll take a look. So that's a little thick there. I'm just going to spread it kind of forward. Okay. I don't want too much on my lid, but I really don't want it to be not strong enough to hold it on there. So, and UV6000, it is pretty strong, so it pretty well bonds quickly. I'll just get this on there, nice and thick. I have one more spot over here. Okay, so we're just going to put it on this corner tip. I didn't see any on there. Make sure it's on there. Alrighty, and then what we're going to do is take the head. I can probably tilt the jar back a bit. Take the head, and we're just going to pop her on there straight. Just like that. Try to get it dead center. That's where it's at. Let me get this off of here so I can show you. See? And we got it on there dead center. Just like that. It's pretty much in the middle. So I think I'm moving forward just a little bit, but you can kind of see and see the EV1000 right there. It's kind of sticking to it, but that's kind of what we want. So we want it to really hang on to it pretty tight. So that's my pumpkin. All right, hold up. I guess, never mind. It's not made to actually, the stand's not made to actually bend up, but I can kind of tilt it a little and show you just him putting it on there. When it's done, I'll take it off, I promise, and I'll show you everything. So for now, we're going to keep going. Let me get these out of the way. Alrighty. And then the little bitty hat. Maybe purple on my fingers. That's how you do it. Hold on, let me wipe it off and then we'll. I was going to move it completely back. I think we might be able to see if I get back. So let me move the shoes. I know where you can see the shoes. And I'll pick the pumpkin up by the lid. We're just going to scoot it back. Now, can you kind of see she's all the way back there? I had this working earlier. If I tilt her from there, then we will be able to do this much easier. Okay, so I'm going to just kind of move it down so you can see where the glue went, like all the way around. Then we're going to take the hat. I'm going to squeeze the UV out, or the E6000. We're just going to run it around the lid top. There you go, just nice and smooth. Trip around the lid. Then I'm going to take that, place it on top of the head, just like that. Actually, maybe I should spin it this way so the belt is in the front, and I'll show you. I'll take a little bit of this, stick it up here on top of the head so she holds. Just like that. All right. Yeah. All right. Gotta get this out of there. Okay. So if you can kind of see her now, her head is on top, and we started painting the trim around there purple. We're going to finish that off. And then tomorrow we're going to paint the sides of it. And then we'll do the little feet. It's going to be adorable. I can't wait. Actually, we could do the feet real quick. That you could probably see on camera. So hold on a minute. I'll get you back on there. It's just so tall. I mean, the jar makes it so tall that we can't see nothing. So give me a minute. I'll pop you in here. Well, maybe. I do apologize. I got the camera here. There we go. So, and I'll pull you up so you can see more. There we go. Alrighty. I apologize, guys. This thing is so tall because the cookie jar is actually very, very tall, and it makes it so hard to do that. But I will get the full picture on camera for you. So you take your little feetsies, just like this, and you take your bowl, okay? You're just going to put your black plate, and you're just going to put around round and round line. You want it good and strong, because this is actually going to hold the bottom of the shoe. And then you're going to just flip your shoe. You're going to flip it upside down like this. So you want the opening of the shoe to be on the plate. Let me set that down there. That kind of helps a little bit more. Sorry. And you're just going to press her down. Well, you're kind of moving around too. I'm sorry. I bumped it. And you're just going to kind of make sure it's on there good and steady because you really want it to dry. There we go. And that's good. As you can see, I got it on there good and steady. I'll take that off of there. And you're going to take your tube again. And yeah, I cranked it earlier, so make sure you always press from the bottom of your tube. That way it doesn't get all rushy. Then you're going to take this baby here, and you're going to squeeze some more on there, and you're just going to get a nice big fat circle. On there, just like that. Then I'll take my stick and push that over because it might just be too far out. I don't want that off my plate. You don't want it to drip down either. Give me the stringies. All right. And then I'm going to take the other shoe and I'm going to just flip her upside down. I'm going to push some on this end, push some back here on this end. Then I'm just going to take that shoe and stand it right up there with the other one. You kind of want to make sure you line them exactly the same and then pull them apart. And there you have it. That's my feet. So as you can see, I got my shoes all done. Okay. Oops. Kind of want to not move them around either. But they're on there. So I'm just going to set them up there to dry. Nice and easy. And we'll let all that dry until tomorrow. Remember, it's drying pretty quick, but this is the witch head. All right. If I can get her to stay still for just a minute. I probably should have did this tomorrow too. All right. So we're going to take that apart. That way it's not moving around. And set that lid down there. Now you can kind of see the pumpkin face and the witch. And it goes on this great big bottle, which is humongous. And I'll finish painting that tonight. And but it goes on top there just like that, and it'll dry. Then everything will be stuck together. I'm going to give it 24 hours to do just that. I'm going to set this jar down here so you can see it, everybody. This is my subscribers in here. And so I'm going to pull a name out of the hat. Well, out of the bucket, normally. I'm going to call it the pumpkin. Whoops. Stand back up. I am sorry. I knocked it over. So we're going to draw one out of here. I'm just going to kind of mix them up in here just a tad. All right. And let's see. I got it out of there. And our winner is Richard, 24709. So we'll get that out to you, Richard. We'll grab you up one of the little baggies. And here you go. This will be your little Halloween trick or treat. Let me set that back here. I am having just an awful time with this. So let me get some thicker on there. Really quick, I just kind of want it to stand up, not go anywhere. So I'm just going to scribble that around just like so, because I can see where my pumpkin was sitting. Take that back up. And there we go, squeeze in the middle of the bottle again. We're just going to sit that down on there. I think the hat is really kind of heavy, so we'll make sure she holds up there. There we have it. I think that'll do it. Okay. Now we're going to get the head on our little turtle really quick for the drawing bag. We set our little drawing bag aside right here. And then here's our little turtle with that. We went ahead and redid the thing, remember? All right, as you can tell, I finished off our little spider there. Got his cap on. A little shaker. It's kind of hard to see him in there with the light, but he's in there. So there you go. And that'll go into your bag, Richard. What was it? Let me get his name back out here. It was Richard 24709. And so there you have it. All right, that's your goodie bag. And you get a hold of me, contact me, and I will get her sent out to you ASAP. And there's our little pumpkin head, and I went ahead and put a boo on there. All right. So you guys have a good day and a good night. And don't forget to like, subscribe to my channel because we're giving away baggies, goodie baggies every Friday. And then after that, we're going to give away some snails. Give me a call. Thanks. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share. Bye-bye.